for replacing cash, checks, and credit cards with new personalized 666 barcode system were implemented, peace and order began to be re-established. Now, in tonight's program, our great world leader unveils Stage 2 of his plan for the perfect world. The amazing new 666 biochip implant, guaranteeing you physical health and spiritual well-being at the punch of a computer key, plus the guarantee of lifelong security within the new 666 world order.
Watch out for 666. Watch out for 666.
In a vision of the future, I saw in a vivid dream that the hour is soon coming when men will become machines. A new one world order will rise and then demand that all the world's people receive their scientific brand. I saw a tiny pre-programmed computer chip so thin, implanted in men's foreheads underneath their skin, linking all its bearers to the system's central brain. The master computer that over them will reign. Watch out for 666 and their computer chip that is designed to strip you on your self-control. Don't sell your soul. Men's thoughts will be programmed by this new technology. Those who take the number, their slaves will always be. So hearken to this warning: if it's life and love you choose,
Then you'll follow the truth, and that mark you will refuse. Watch out for 666 and their computer chip that is designed to strip you of your self-control. Watch out for 666 and their computer chip that is designed to strip you of your self-control. Don't sell your soul. Don't sell your soul. Watch out for 666.
For me, I really like cone.
What do you like about corn?
It's cone. A good corn that nothing has to choose. I got a more beautiful thing. It's cone. I can tell you all about it. I mean, look at this thing. When I tried it, I don't anything change. It's cone.
Oh, goodness gracious, y'all. It's cone. Because it's cone, baby. It's cone. I don't know why it's cone, but, if Bill Gates of hell says it's cone, then I guess it's cone, So it just is what it is. So what's happening, good people? How's everybody doing out there? Thank y'all so much for stopping by on yet another impromptu stream. Thank y'all so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to what I have to say. I didn't mean to rhyme, but it just happened. All right, so I'm going to hop up in the chat real quick to see who we have in the house. I think Most Mundane was the first one to hop up in. All right. Everybody loves Raymond. Did y'all see what he left in the chat? The sub ingested a ton of fentanyl. I knew they were keeping a knee on the truth. Just kidding, my bad. Everybody loves Raymond made a funny, guys. Okay. We got Anton up in the house. Anton said, remember when the Obama Foundation Twitter page posted the death of Floyd days before the world received that lie? Pepperidge Farms remembers. Oh, man. You guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You guys are excellent. We'll definitely dig up in the archives of the memories. But we've got Abba's Joyous Julie up in the house. Good to see you, sweetheart. Aunt Betty in the house. We got Black Spring with Autumn in this piece. Thank you so much for sharing it out, sweetheart. It's good to see you. We've got JP, big brother in the house. Good to see you. Love you, big brother. We got It's Time to Get It In. It's time to tune in with Mac TV is up in this piece. Hey Mac, we got High Plains Drifter in the house. How you doing? Who else? Oh, we got Bucket 88 stopping by. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We got Rumford in the house. Good to see you. Thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate it. It's Cone. So thank y'all so much for stopping in. I hope everybody's doing okay in this weird smoky haze. If you are living in an area that is affected by the smoke right now, it really is hard to breathe outside, like legit, like low key. Like yeah, the smoke outside is really thick. It really is, especially here in Michigan. So I'm gonna show a couple pictures of that. We got serious commenter up in the house. How you doing, sweetheart? Thanks so much for stopping by. It is so nice to see all of you. I am just ready to go to get it in. So yeah, let's hop into this. Thank you, everybody who might be watching over there on Facebook. Thank y'all so much. Oh, we got the sweetheart up in the house. We've got Miss Independent Mini United up in the chat. Independent Mini United, how you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. Man, it's just so nice to see all of you. Thank y'all so much. So yeah, we can go ahead and get into this without further ado. I'll go ahead and rant a little bit before I share my screen and get going with the presentation here. So, yeah, we've got a narrative building around us. Well, I can't even say building. We have an established, mind controlled narrative around us. We have an antichrist spirit beast system thriving around us because the beast is given power to reign for a short time. So we are seeing these things unfold. Hey, waiting for King of Kings up in the house. Good to see you. AJM. Hey, nice to see you. It's so nice to see all of you. So, yeah, we've got a narrative that is playing right now. The entire I Can't Breathe narrative is unfolding yet again. We've got the face diapers, aka masks, unfolding yet again, appearing in public. I just went to the nail salon earlier and there's people like in there with masks on, just sitting there like, wow, like, so we already like really like for real can't breathe outside, but now you want to like doubly suffocate yourself with the face diaper. Like it's just amazing how it has all come back. And I think I might have one of the aspects that shows how this could be possible, how this could be functioning within the spirit realm. I feel like I do. But so right now, the narrative is, blame Canada. This is wildfire smoke. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. And you know what that is when that's happening? You know what that made me think of? I'm gonna show y'all what that made me think of. Do y'all remember South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut? Y'all remember that? Let me roll the clip real quick. It's gonna be real quick. It's only a couple seconds. So y'all paying attention? You looking? You listening? You watching? Because it's gonna be quick. I had them do it short so I won't get some kind of copyright strike. So check me out. Okay, I'm gonna show it one more time because man, YouTube been hitting me up with them copyright claims. So I'm gonna do it real quick. Fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not monetized. I'm not getting paid. So fair use. So I just thought it was very interesting. Like that in that movie in South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, America went to war with Canada because Canada bombed the Baldwin family. It's wild, right? So I remember they had a Bill Clinton cannon on said, on today, a day that'll live in infamy. The Canadians have bombed the Baldwins. And the camera kind of pans to the Baldwin family and shows how they got bombed. But then I think about, man, they probably do have power for real because didn't Alec Baldwin like kind of low key just got away with murder? Like, didn't he just kill somebody on set? You don't think about that? That's wild, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and pop my camera on while I go and get into this. Da-da-da-da-da. Max TV said, "Yeah, I blame Canada anyways." Oh man, that's like a 10-minute song. It really is. I'm not about to play it. I'm not about to play that, yo, because man, my last stream where I talked about the Titan is picking up copyright that it's picking up material that I didn't even have in a video. It tagged a song called Voodoo. And I'm like, I trimmed out the portion where I was showing that trailer where they did allegedly did the circumnavigation of the earth. I trimmed that entire portion out. So I don't know what copyright claim, they talking about, but it's weird. But I don't know. They probably trying to clamp down on the creators again. Y'all know how that can be. But yeah, let's hop into this. Yeah, so there's the blame Canada thing. So yeah. Oh, we got Bari in the house. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, Bari. Good to see you. Yeah, it's so nice to see everybody. So thank y'all for stopping by. But yeah, so let's get up in this piece. Now, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and we'll hop into the subject matter at hand. Now, no, not that. Gonna share screen. Biggity bam. Thank you, ma'am. We gonna do it that way. And I'm gonna boom. It might look a little funky for a second, but all right. So I'm gonna just let this load up on my end before I dive into this so I can see how this looks. Okay, cool. So I took myself out of it. All right. So now So what really prompted me to look into this, because there were a bunch of posts that I saw on Facebook yesterday. I was kind of just scrolling through Facebook and seeing all kinds of people like, I can't breathe. I really can't breathe outside. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Like, whoa, really? This thing is back. Like this spirit is back, like in full force, full swing. So this article is from June 27th. What's that? Yesterday? Yesterday is June 27th. But how did the Canadian wildfires start? A look at what caused the fires that are sending smoke across the U.S. So I'm going to read a little bit of this, and then we'll get into the point here. So over the past 6 weeks, hundreds of out-of-control wildfires have spread across Canada, causing mass evacuations and burning through millions of acres. So while the Canada wildfire season runs from May through October, so we've got an interesting time frame here. I'm going to connect it later on in the video, but later on in the live. So such destruction this early in the season is rare. Canada's on track to have its most destructive wildfire season in history. So that's kind of wild, right? So this Canadian crisis, CC33, has not been limited to the Great North. Smoke from the fires has spread across large portions of the U.S., affecting air quality for millions as the fires rage on without signs of stopping. Dramatic photos of the haze that covered major American cities show the toll the smoke has taken. So here goes the juicy part. Here goes where they point the finger of blame. Here goes where they point the narrative, where they plant the seeds of where they want you to be, right? So warm and dry conditions are like kindling for wildfires. Much of Canada, like the rest of North America, had experienced record heat and drought recently as climate change, CC33, continues to warm the planet. Interesting word there. We're not going to get into that. But the fire season is also lasting longer now because of climate change. Spring is coming weeks earlier and fall is coming weeks later. More time for the fires and grasslands to burn. So in 2021, Canada experienced its hottest day ever when Lytton, British Columbia, hit 49.6 degrees Celsius, 121 degrees Fahrenheit, smashing the previous record of 113 degrees. It tied California's Death Valley as the hottest place in North America that day. So we pretty much get this. So here's something interesting here. In the Canadian prairies of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, where fires now rage, drought has hit particularly hard. According to the Canada Drought Monitor, all 10 provinces, which this has been updated now, it's 11 provinces that are affected now. Now, we're going to get into the number 11 into this video. It's one of the main points of why I'm streaming right now, is because I found quite a few numerological synchronicities with the number 11. Why is it so important? Because the number 11 is the number of magic. Now, I'm going to play a short video clip that kind of just refreshes your memory on the importance of the number 11. So once I play that video clip, I'm going to go in and show y'all, the synchronicities that I found. So there's 11 provinces that are affected now. I just kept this article up because I was kind of lazy. I didn't feel like finding another one after I did all the research last night. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. So now I'm going to turn my screen off just momentarily. I'm going to hop in the chat for a second, and then I'm going to go ahead and run that short clip. And I think I got somebody over from, hey y'all over there on Facebook. I see y'all. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody doing good. You know how they want y'all to stay indoors and wear your mask, protect yourself from the wildfire smoke. So, climate change. So, we know how it is. So yeah. Hey Tree Gamble. Good to see you. So make sure I didn't miss anybody. I think I spoke to everybody that I can see at least. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and run this clip as to why the number 11 is specific. It is very important to their religion. They worship numbers and, in numerology. So this clip is from an old video I did on 9/11, Blind 11. I probably shouldn't say that. Blind 11. So it has some old audio from me speaking in it. So the audio can be a little out of whack. So please forgive me, but I thought I'd keep it in there because I feel like it's pretty important to something else that I want to show towards the end of this stream. So I'm going to run this clip real quick from Good Fight Ministries, Pastor Joe Schimmel, Blessed Hope Chapel in California. So I'm going to run this. A lot of you have probably seen this already. It's a classic clip, but this is just to refresh your memory on the importance of the number 11. So I'm going to run this up. Run it up.
Is an obvious reference to H.P. Blavatsky, as Blavatsky is a perfect anagram for Blavatsky, who shares the same initials as Harry Potter. Her name is usually written as H.P. Blavatsky. Blavatsky's book, Unfogging the Future, is listed as a divination text at the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry in the Harry Potter series, and recalls Isis Unveiled, which is Blavatsky's first major work. Blavatsky is, of course, along with Satanist Aleister Crowley, a Gnostic founder of the modern-day New Age movement, or Neo-Gnosticism. Blavatsky, in her secret doctrine, quotes occultist Eliphaz Levi approvingly, stating, quote, Satan is the angel who is proud enough to believe himself God, brave enough to buy his independence at the price of eternal suffering and torture, beautiful enough to have adored himself in full divine light, strong enough to reign in darkness amidst agony, and to have built himself a throne on his inextinguishable pyre. The prince of anarchy, served by a hierarchy of pure spirits. We saw earlier how both Blavatsky and Crowley taught that Satan liberated humanity from the Creator as he initiated Eve in the Garden of Eden. Harry Potter's escape from the world of Muggles, which are non-magical human beings, is precipitated by a communication that takes place between Harry Potter and a serpent. Harry Potter escapes from the material world of the Muggles to the spiritual world of witchcraft and wizardry. After Harry Potter escapes the world of material illusions, he finds out that he actually has godlike powers. J.K. Rowling not only seems to give her young impressionable audience clues as to who big occultists were in the past, as she initiates them in different forms of magic and occultism. But it's interesting because J.K. Rowling also seems to be patterning the life of Harry Potter after the life of Satanist Aleister Crowley. Like Harry Potter, Crowley abandoned his strict upbringing, claiming that his mother was a tyrannical religious bigot, and went on to discover that he was a sorcerer joining several occult orders. Like Harry Potter, Crowley realized he was a wizard as a preteen. Crowley stated, quote, Before I touched my teens, I was already aware that I was the beast, whose number is 666. While Crowley would claim to have committed several human sacrifices, he claimed that he killed his first cat at the age of 11. According to J.K. Rowling, Harry began to find out that he was a wizard at age 11. In Harry Potter, The Goblet of Fire, page 20, it is stated, quote, It had been enough of a shock for Harry to discover on his 11th birthday that he was a wizard. As in Crowley's Satanism, in the Harry Potter series, the number 11 takes on special significance. Crowley writes that, quote, 11 is a number of magic in itself. He also writes that 11, quote, is a sacred number par excellence of the new age or new eon. It is written in the book of the law, 11, as all their numbers who are of us. Crowley claimed that the number 11 was his magic number. Crowley began to spell magic with the letter K at the end of magic because the letter K is the 11th letter of the alphabet and had a special Kabbalistic meaning to Crowley as a Satanist. Not only does Harry realize that he has occult powers at the age of 11, but the length of Harry's wand seems to have special significance, as is perfectly suited for Harry Potter. In Harry Potter, The Goblet of Fire, page 310, we read, quote, Harry had waved what felt like every wand in the shop. At last, he had found one that suited him. This one, which was made of holly, 11 inches long.
So I'm going to stop you right there for a second, Pastor Joe. So, hey guys, honorable mention. You see that Harry Potter's magic wand was made of holly? You know what that made me think of? Hollywood. Hollywood. The word Hollywood literally means magic wand. I just thought that was, interesting to mention, because these movies are, well, most of them, most of the mainstream movies are nothing but witchcraft for the most part. So, yeah.
Both Crowley and Harry did not only get their starts as sorcerers at the same age and under similar circumstances, but they both had distinguishing marks as children that revealed that they were sorcerers. For Harry Potter, this distinguishing mark, of course, was a lightning bolt. Crowley states in his Confessions, "At birth, I had 3 distinguishing marks." He states that, quote, "Over the center of my heart, I had 4 hairs curling from left to right in the exact form of a swastika. Before Hitler was, I am." Harry has a distinguishing mark on his forehead as well, which is an ancient occult symbol, a Nazi-stylized lightning bolt. In an interview with Scholastic, when J.K. Rowling was asked, quote, "Why did you choose the lightning bolt as a trademark for Harry Potter?" Rowling stated, quote, "Just because I decided that it would be an interesting and distinctive mark," end quote. It is interesting that Harry...
So I'm going to pause this one more time. I just wanted to mention with the whole lightning bolt thing, this is why I truly believe the Bible is the word of God. The same symbols appear over and over again. So Luke chapter 10, verse 18 in the KJV says, "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." That's the significance of the lightning bolt. It's representative of Satan. That's how he fell from heaven. Amen. His followers, his fallen angels. Okay.
Harry Potter's lightning bolt and Crowley's swastika both share a similar occult history. The lightning bolt has long been a symbol in the occult and Satanism. Crowley taught that the Satanist was to find his own magical path, and that he was to follow the satanic maxim, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law," to realize his true destiny as a magician.
Yeah, so there's that. Once again, I apologize for the audio in that video clip. That was like one of the first videos that I made when I started my YouTube channel. I kind of tied all that in into, with the Twin Towers and all of that. So, but yeah, I feel like that audio was necessary to keep in there. So, so I just thought I'd refresh your memory on the significance of the number 11 and why I felt like I had to do this live stream. So, yep, there's that. So I don't think I've seen anybody else come up in the chat. At least they not commenting. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and we're gonna get into this. Oh, I love Jesus. You hopped in. That's right. How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's hop into this thing. So I'm gonna share. Biggity bam. I'll share my screen again. So with the entire "I Can't Breathe" narrative, I'm gonna give this a second before I start hopping into this so I can see. Okay, cool. All right, so there's a couple songs that are called "I Can't Breathe" that actually got millions of views that were very popular. Here's one by an artist named Her, Her, which I've never actually heard the song outside of me doing this research and just looking like, oh wow, great, there was a song called "I Can't Breathe." So yeah, here's a song right here. It's pretty much about what you probably would think it's about. They're pushing the race narrative. The video is filmed in black and white. So you've got the Masonic, as above, so below, black and white checkerboard floor coding, all about the black power, holding up the black fist and all that, blah, 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 bliggity blah. So this song released on June 19th. So we got a 19 right there, Convid 19. So we really don't even have to go into this, because if you know what this narrative is about, we already know what the lyrics are. "I can't breathe. You're taking life from me. I can't breathe. Will anyone fight for me because I'm a victim and I have to push the victimhood mentality on my audience," and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, here's that. So I looked up the Wikipedia article for the "I Can't Breathe" song. This song actually released on June 19th, like I mentioned. So it won a Grammy too. In the 2021 Grammy Awards, it won a Grammy for Song of the Year. Like, look at that. Oh, who was that? 1958 and originally called the Gramophone Awards. Oh, yeah, we'll get into that another time. But yeah, look at all these awards it won for that I Can't Breathe narrative crap. Yeah, so there's that. I'm not really gonna. Oh, you know what? I can share some screenshots from this video though. The I Can't Breathe video. Here, this kept flashing across the screen there in the video here. Legalize melanin is the type of stuff, of course, protect Black lives or whatever. But legalize melanin is the type of stuff that was flashing across that screen in that black and white video. So yeah, but we're gonna get into a few of these things. So that's just the tip of the iceberg that I want to reach to. So this had millions of views, but the next song I'm gonna discuss is gonna be a bit more interesting than this one. So we don't have to go into that, but y'all know what it's about. So we'll get a move on here. Now, with the whole I Can't Breathe slogan, so this kind of blew up with this psyop here, the whole George Floyd thing. I'm really not going to go into figuring it all out, what made it not make any sense, because there's plenty of YouTube channels that already done that. So I am on to something else right now. I am on to trying to understand why this narrative has come back. Like, what did it have to do with this time right now? Why is it still here? How did it have power? What gave it power? How did it have power just like it does right now? So this occurred on May 25th, 2020. So when I see dates like this, I try to get an understanding of the date. Like, why did they pick that date? So let's look into it. So on May 25th, 2020, George Floyd, a 46-year-old Black man, was murdered in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which they call the Twin Cities, twin symbolism, by Derek Chauvin, a 44-year-old. So there we got 11s right here. We got 4 times 11 right here. 44-year-old police officer. Floyd had been arrested after a store clerk alleged that Floyd made a purchase using a counterfeit $20 bill. So that's what that whole thing, I can't breathe, mama, and all that, blah, blah, blah. So whether or not you feel like this happened a certain way, one thing we do know for sure, that this was some kind of ritual. There's one thing we know for sure. So we don't even have to get into all of that. So I like to look at the dates of these events. What can this date tell me? Because these dates tell stories. These people's ages, their names, their initials. Like we got George Floyd. Yeah, they their initials tell stories. So I looked up the date on dayoftheweek.org here. This is typically where I start when I try to get an understanding if there's any numerological synchronicities or any kind of event significance or anything like that. So we look up the date here. May 25th, 2020 was a 146th day of the year, 2020 in the Gregorian calendar. There were 220 days remaining until the end of the year. So this is pretty much where I started, what got me started on this. So look at this number right here. It was the 146th day of the year. Add that up. 6 plus 4 plus 1, that's 11 right there. There were 220 days left remaining to the end of the year. 11 is 22. So I'm like, okay, all right, yeah. So we got a couple things we might not have a decode, but if this stuff just keeps happening, then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it in the stream, So when I look at a date, you want to determine what does this date tell you, what happened on this date in history. But in order to do that, we have to find the mirror date. So how do we find a mirror date? So since there were 220 days left remaining until the end of the year, we search what is the 220th day of the year? What is the 220th day of the year? Which is just so happens to be August 8th. So the mirror date of the George Floyd event is August 8th. This is significant in my particular thinking because August 8th is 88. That's 88. 88 is time and space. So that's significant because the Bible tells us there's nothing new under the sun. This stuff is going to be happening over and over and over again because we're born in sin. Satan rules this realm for a time. The same thing is going to happen over and over and over again. Now we got the I Can't Breathe narrative running back around again, making its rounds back. That spirit is back again. So what kind of connects this to time and space and also 9/11 is the movie Back to the Future. The DeLorean had to travel 88 miles per hour in order to travel through time. So that's what's, why the 88 is significant. So when I'm doing these little decodes like this and I see an 88 and then realize it's some kind of narrative that played out before and now it's back. So I'm like, okay, so there goes the time and space, idea. So time is not going to be broken until Christ comes back. That's why you see the same movies being remade, the same video games being remade, the same music, fast food restaurants releasing the same food, same stuff just keeps happening over and over again. So when I find a mirror date, I take it a step further. Like, okay, so August 8th is the mirror date of George Floyd's death, allegedly. So what happened on August 8th in history? Since we haven't reached August 8th yet in this year, we can't go by that. So I go backwards in time. So I found a few notable events that happened on August 8th. Just some honorable mentions. This is connected. August 8th is connected to the Watergate scandal. So y'all know what that's about with the Clintons and all of that. So, and then here's a very interesting date that happened on August 8th, 1945. Harry Truman signed the United Nations Charter. I thought that was very interesting when I was reading this. Like, wow, United Nations, that's one world government, one world order. That's exactly why we're experiencing these rituals the way we are. They want to clamp everybody down. They want to bring in the one world order. In August 8th, the mirror date of Floyd's death was the signing of the United Nations Charter. Like, I felt like, whoa, that was pretty interesting there. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Mac TV said, love to see this process. Oh, for sure. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for being here watching it. Hey, Takirika. Hey, sweetheart. Good to see you. Thank y'all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Yeah, this was the United Nations mirror date. So there's that. There's August 8th. So yeah, there's that. What else did we do here? So when it comes to these dates, I try to think about the events that could be surrounding them. Now, check this out, y'all. Hold on, I'm about to stop the screen real quick. I'm gonna run this little sound bite for y'all real quick. Hold on. Y'all gotta see this one. Hold on. Here we go.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer.
I had to. I couldn't help myself. All right, I'm gonna share my screen again because I'm gonna show y'all what else I found. Like, check this out, y'all. Okay, we talked about that. There's the date. Now check this out. We've got a date duration calendar. So sometimes when you're looking for numerological synchronicities, you want to look at the duration between two dates to see if it can tell you any kind of story. So May 25th, 2020 is the date allegedly where the George Floyd psyop occurred. June 18th, 2023 is the date the Titan submersible imploded. So this entire time they had us thinking, over the course of that few days where that psyop was running, we're thinking they're just on this submersible. They can't breathe. They running out of oxygen. Oh, they only have so many hours of oxygen left. Entire time they knew that the thing could have possibly already imploded on Sunday the 18th. So the date duration of George Floyd's death and the Titan submersible was 1,119 days apart. Think about that. What is that backwards? That's 9/11 backwards. Of course, there's an extra one there, but that's 9/11 backwards. I saw that like, whoa, like what the heck is that? So I was like, okay, we might have a decode here. Then I'll keep going if I just keep seeing these numbers. Like, what the heck? So yeah, so the duration of dates, the date duration between George Floyd's death and the Titan submersible is 9/11 backwards. So that's wild. So we're going to keep going with this. So there's yet another 11. They just keep coming in. So I'm going to just remind y'all again for George Floyd's death. We've got 11/11 right here because there were 220 days left remaining in the year. It was the 146th day of the year. That's a number 11 right there. And then that in between that date and the submersible was 9/11 backwards. So that's wild. So check this out. I just kept it going. So now I did a previous video about the submersible where I had failed to mention something in the video, in which I'm glad I did. Stuff happens for a reason. So I'm glad I failed to mention it because I can perfectly connect it into this stream right now. So check this out. Y'all remember this when during that whole submersible event, the stepson of billionaire on missing Titanic sub attends Blink 182 concert, slammed. So this dude, Hamish Harding, HH88, time and space. Hamish Harding's stepson was criticized by rapper Cardi B for attending the Blink 182 concert. So they wanted people to pay attention to this. They had to bring another celebrity slave into this whole thing. So I was just trying to figure out, like, what was the point of that? So I mentioned this in my last stream, but I didn't notice the importance of it. I think I know why now. Unless this could definitely just be surface level stuff, but this is just as far as I've taken it. But do you notice? Of all bands he could have seen, it was Blink 182. Like, when was the last time they were popping? Like the early 2000s? Blink 182. 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. We've got yet another number of 11. So I feel like at this point, they're just telling us that this is some kind of ritual here. Just telling us this event harnessed energy. They harnessed energy off of people across social media as they were leading people to believe that these people were in this sub suffocating. They couldn't breathe. They running out of air. Time is against them. This whole time, they could have already died, and they already knew it. The mainstream media admitted that they already knew it imploded on Sunday the 18th. Like, oh yeah, we already knew it blew up on the 18th. We was just waiting to see when y'all was gonna figure it out. You know, that's kind of energy I got. Like, dang, bro, you already knew. So you just harnessed all of that energy you gathered off of social media, mind you. They blew it up on the summer solstice, June 21st, which just definite sun worship, or solar energy ritual worship. That's the day it blew up on social media. It was June 21st. So at this whole time, they had already knew it already blew up. But this story had blown up along with it. I'm like, of all bands, he saw Blink 182 because this is the number 11. Yes. 11's all over the place. You're right, Takirka. That's what it was. That's what it was. Yep. And I'm going to check my notes here, see where else we're going to take this real quick. Oh, and I forgot about George Floyd's initials are 11 as well. It's just 11s all over this, y'all. So look. So now why is this entire I Can't Breathe narrative important? It's because this relates to the whole scamdemic, people wearing masks, climate lockdowns are coming, by the way. Climate lockdown. So they wanted to figure out another way to get people locked down. Now they're going to tie this in. It's my belief they're going to tie it into the whole climate change thing. So that's exactly what this is going to be about. So I thought I'd look back into the event that changed the world as we know it. The event that ended the world as we know it. The world ended as we knew it in 2020 on this day right here. Friday, March 13th, 2020, the President of the United States declared a national emergency concerning the novel CV disease outbreak. Because, back then, at that point, it was just a novel. They were writing the clown show at that time. They were just writing it. So it was a novel at that point. That's the way I look at it. But this was done by T. Rump on Friday, March the 13th. So now, if you haven't seen it already, I've already made a video on Donald Trump connecting him to the movie franchise Friday the 13th, how him and Jason Voorhees have nearly the same birth date and all those numerological synchronicities within that. So if you haven't seen that, you can definitely check that out, because we'd be here for hours if I try to go into all of that. But there's a reason why I brought this up. Friday, March 13th, this is when the COVID was declared a national emergency. So United States leads the pack on these rituals. So all the other countries fell like dominoes. They followed suit. So that's important because I looked at it this way. The Floyd incident happened the same year, just a short time after. So Friday, March 13th, 2020, up until May 25th, 2020. Here goes another date duration calculator. This was 74 days. We got another number 11, y'all. So the duration between when the world ended to when the I Can't Breathe narrative blew up is a number 11. There's a 74-day mark right there. I just thought I looked that up. I just thought it was an honorable mention. Like, wow, that's totally interesting. Like, who'd have thunk it, right? Hey, twin, how you doing, sweetheart? Yep, there we go. A novel, because you can find it in the fiction section. New York Times bestseller. Pentagon officials say. Yeah, I know, sweetheart. I know you at work. I know how it is. But yeah, that's how it is. So all of this, there's so many other things we can tie this to, especially like Anton Singe Man just said, the Kobe Bryant fake plane crash. Oh yeah. Yeah, but we'd be here for hours if I try to do that. Oh, look, there's 33 people in my chat on my end. Oh wow, look at that. But yeah, there's that. So the duration calendar with the George Floyd event and the day the world ended is an 11. Okay, there's the number of magic. All right, so we're gonna get a move on. We're gonna keep going here. Okay. So I'm gonna play this sound bite for y'all one more time, but I think the rest of this, because I'm not gonna go too much longer, I don't have too much more to show, but I think the rest of this is gonna be the icing on the cake here. I got a few honorable mentions that I want to run by y'all real quick. So hang on.
But wait! There's more! Hang on to your seat, baby! Cause this one's a screamer!
All right, so let's hop back up in this piece. Now, remember I mentioned there were a couple of songs that was pushing the I Can't Breathe narrative, right? I might have found the song of all songs, the one that could be confirming what's happening here. I had no idea this song existed. Hey Brian, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Singe Man, everybody, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody for watching. So look, check this out, y'all. There was yet another I Can't Breathe song, right? It's by a rapper named Dax. DAX, right? Song called I Can't Breathe. Now, most notably, I found some very interesting stuff out about this song. So this is not really like one of those mainstream rappers, but he's one of those rappers to where they like to push that idea that if you are kind of like underground or independent, you don't have to complete any of the rituals. So they really have people believe in that. Like if you on YouTube getting millions of views, they have them making people believe that they don't have to participate in the rituals. Well, I feel like that couldn't be further from the truth. Like this dude is definitely participating in the rituals, and I'm gonna show y'all why I think so. So let's see, let's check this out. I'm gonna show y'all what I found about this video. Now, when I see these artists like this, the first place I like to start is their date of birth. When did the song come out? I like to look at the dates because the dates tell stories. Look of when this dude was born. Of all days, this dude was born on March 22nd, guys. March 22nd, y'all. March 22nd. March 22nd. Like, come on now. Like, of all dates. Like, okay, see, I was doing this research last night and it kind of had me up all night. But I'm like, you know what? I was kind of scared to look up the dude's date of birth because typically when I fall into that research like that, I find some stuff that sometimes I don't even be wanting to find. I didn't look up this dude's date of birth until today, until just before I went on, and it just knocked my socks off. Like, so yeah, of all days. So we're gonna build on top of that, right? So that's 322. That's Skull and Bones. Okay. Now, this dude released this. So what's crazy? I haven't even showed y'all the craziest part about this song. He promoted it on a very interesting day. Here goes the post that he shared on SoundCloud. This is the cover of the album. So you've got this guy in chains, right? So that makes me think of Lockdown, Prisoner. Look at this red stuff around him that looks like smoke. Look at that. Looks like smoke, right? Look at when he released this single. March 12th, 2020. This was one day before Donald Trump declared the CV as a national emergency. One day before it, March 12th, 2020. The world ended as we knew it on March 13th, 2020. So this I Can't Breathe thing even got promoted before George Floyd. I thought that was the craziest thing. Like, wow, what the heck? Oh, yeah, boy pulled the chains out and everything. Oh, yeah, he sure did. He sure did. For sure. So I'm gonna show y'all one other thing about this rapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all one other thing that blew my socks off that I forgot to mention while I was in this article. Look at where this guy was born. This dude was born in Canada, yo. What's happening right now? What's being blamed for why people can't breathe? The I can't breathe narrative. Smoke coming from Canada. And this dude was born in Canada on 3/22 Skull and Bones Day. Oh, he 29 years old. 9 plus 2 is 11. You cannot make this stuff up. Man is not doing this. This is happening on a supernatural level, guys. Look at this. Look, I'm gonna show y'all one other thing before I mention what's on my mind right now. The stuff just keeps adding up, guys. It just keeps adding up. He's born on Skull and Bones Day. Dude is 29 years old. 9 plus 2 is 11. He was born in Canada. Okay, Canada is where the fire is coming. The smoke is coming from, allegedly. Come on now, y'all. What the heck, right? So look, check this out. Something else about this single, about this song that he released, I Can't Breathe. I want to show you all this Facebook post that I found. He shared a Facebook post. This dude shared a Facebook post on March 19th, 2020. Dax, I Can't Breathe is a poem I started writing when I felt trapped in my mind. It began 2 years ago when I came to LA along with some anxiety. That's interesting because everybody has anxiety now, right? You know, vulnerability is strength. Everybody has some kind of mental illness that they want to, portray. So it took me going back to Canada to complete the poem and turn it into this song. The song is a confession of feelings because feelings are everything. We want men to just embrace their feelings and be soft and be vulnerable. When I finally scream, I can't breathe, it's me trying to release all of the burdens weighing on my chest. The goal of the song was to have it be a release for those listening as well. Just wanted to share. I'm excited to show you guys the video. He shared this on March 19th, COVID 19, so there goes a 19. I felt like that was interesting. Also in March. Look at the date where the video released. March 23rd, guys. March 23rd. You know why that's important? 2 divided by 3.666. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay. Music video released on March 23rd. Now, this is what I did. I went on YouTube to find this video. Here go the video right here. Dax, I Can't Breathe. Official music video. Released March 23rd, 2020. 2 divided by 3.666. This came out before the Floyd event. So you got people in the comment section talking about, yeah, Dax predicted I Can't Breathe. Like, they think it's a good thing. It's a cool thing. Like, wow, it's cool. Not knowing that this dude could have participated in a crazy satanic ritual for that to had blow up the way it did. So that's wild, right, y'all? So here's something that I wanted to show y'all that's in this music video. I'm not going to play it because YouTube has been tearing me up with them copyright claims. So I'm not even going to go through the video. It's a few interesting things I found in the video that I took screenshots of. I'm not going to play it. Even when I play the videos on mute, slow down, it still give me a non-audio copyright claim. So I ain't got time for that. So throughout the video, you can see this dude drowning in water. Okay, that makes me think of the Titan submersible and the whole water thing, the whole I Can't Breathe narrative. They constantly show this dude drowning. You got the color red, you got the color of sacrifice here. So this is in the video. This is Dax right here in that video. So I thought that was just interesting to mention. Hey, Night Watch, good to see you. Thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. Yep. So here's one other thing I wanted to show y'all. within the music video as to why I played that video from Joe Schimmel earlier explaining the number 11 is the number of magic, as well as the lightning bolt. Look at this dude's earring. And they made it a point to show you this dude's earring in the I Can't Breathe video. This whole time, the camera is facing him from this point of view. So he's only wearing one earring in the video, and it's a lightning bolt. The same lightning bolt that's on Harry Potter's forehead that Aleister Crowley had, that's mentioned in the Bible, Lucifer felt like lightning from heaven, is in this I Can't Breathe video that was released on March 23rd. 2 divided by 3 is 0.666. Hey, Mazo, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. DN, it's nice to see everybody. Thank y'all for stopping by. I appreciate it. Zen Win, did I speak to you? Hey. Wish I could stay, have a doctor's appointment. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yep. Yeah, they did. They did, Night Watch. That was their thing. That was their symbol. Yep, that was their symbol. This dude, born on 3/22, Skull and Bones Day, wearing the lightning bolt earring, singing I Can't Breathe. So the premise of the song is about how he's rich and he just bought a house, but it's not a home because no one is there with him, and he's wearing these chains, but he's like a prisoner. You know, the same sad story that rich people have, that soul they soul. You know, they feel this void and they don't know how to fill it because they don't have Christ. It's the same stuff over and over again. The same story. And this is why some of them join religion. Okay. Religion as in Catholicism or Islam. They try to find something that pleases the flesh, some kind of works-based religion to make them feel like they have, you know, they have a place where they belong. They all do the same thing. Hey, LS, how you doing? Good to see you. Swagger goes yeet. Nothing new under the sun. Absolutely, brother. That's how it is. Biggity bam. There's that. So, yeah, I feel like that was wild. As I was looking into this stuff, like, man, you can't be serious. Like, one thing after another just kept popping up. One thing after another with all of this symbolism. Kept finding all the number 11s everywhere. I just felt like I had to do this for real. And here goes some pictures that I just wanted to share of downtown Detroit because I'm in Michigan. Yeah, this looked like y'all ever seen that Stephen King movie, The Mist? With all that haze, that thick fog. That's what this looks like. That's crazy, right? I thought I had another one. Nope. I must have deleted it by accident. Oh, but here's one thing I forgot to mention about this song, y'all. How did I forget this? So, remember this post here? How this dude is looking in the mirror and how he promoted this song one day before Donald Trump declared the CV a national emergency. So with this man in the mirror symbolism, this Gemini spirit here, you know what that made me think about? Who else is the man in the mirror? Who else is the Gemini, right? Y'all remember the Apprentice show where Donald Trump, you know, pretty much made decisions for people's lives? This was the boardroom on The Apprentice. There's Donald Trump's chair right across from the mirror. The man in the mirror, the Gemini. Donald Trump is the Gemini, the twin symbolism. I just thought that was an honorable mention. Like, of all things he could have did to promote this song, he did it with himself staring in the mirror. And that's what made me think about that, because he promoted it one day before he declared the national emergency. So that, you know, pretty much connects him to that Gemini season, to Trump. So I just thought that was wild, y'all. Yep, just another actor on the stage. Yeah, I know you can immediately think of Michael Jackson, but yeah, I'm not talking about MJ right now. But yeah. But Donald Trump's penthouse is covered in mirrors. The Apprentice show covered in mirrors. Like, he's also the Gemini. Like, I just felt like this is crazy. So let's see. I'm gonna look at my show notes here, make sure I ran through everything. Because man, once I realized that rapper was born on 322, born in Canada, the video was released on .666 March 23rd. Like, geez, come on now. The date duration between George Floyd and the Titan submersible is 9/11 backwards. Like, what the heck, bro? Like, you just come on now. Oh yeah. So here's just an honorable mention before I wrap it up, though. So remember that clip I played at the beginning of South Park, Blame Canada? So I thought I'd just look into the dates of when the South Park movie released, bigger, longer, and uncut. That movie just so happens to release around the Gemini season, a little after, but it released on June 30th, 1999. There goes your 666. Watch out for 666. I just thought that was an honorable mention. With the South Park movie, y'all. Let's see. Here's the Wikipedia page for South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. Blame Canada. Let's see. This movie released on June 23rd, 1999. 2 divided by 3.666, 1999, 666. It released at the Chinese theater. So that's the whole Corona connection. It's China and all that, blah, 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 blah. But the US had a June 30th release date. Yeah, I just felt like this was crazy, right? So that's the movie. And I thought it was interesting that the soundtrack for the movie released on June 22nd, 1999. There goes the 22nd, which is 11/11. 666. So this stuff is happening on a spiritual level, y'all. Like, there's no way man could be doing this. There's just no way. There's just no way. Like, it just wouldn't. How would that be possible, right? It came from China. Yup. And there we are, guys. I didn't want to make this too long, but I'm gonna go ahead and run that again because we gonna blame Canada.
Blame Canada! Blame Canada!
So yeah. There's that. That's just a few of the things that I found. Some of these crazy numerological synchronicities, I feel like pretty much proves to us that what the scriptures are saying is real. You know, we're not up against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers hidden in high places. There's no way all of these synchronicities can line up through human hands. There's just no way. There's just no way that would be possible, right? There's just no way. So what I'm thinking right now, since this is some kind of ritual, now we got the whole I can't breathe thing back. I feel like we're literally experiencing the systematic poisoning of our air, food, and water all at the same time. So while that submersible was doing whatever it was doing to capture all of that energy, then they approved the fake meat and all of that. So now we've got all this fake food in our food supply. Now we've got this noxious air outside. So this is enough to make people sick over the winter and for them to declare it some other kind of scamdemic. I mean, they can call it COVID-23 at this point, you know, just like the Songbird movie. Yeah, I remember that movie Songbird, but in that movie, the virus was COVID-23. I think it was. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was COVID-23. So now that they're making people sick with this smoke and all of that, they can just call it a pathogen. So if you want my advice, what I feel like what people should be doing right now is fasting and praying, detoxifying. Detoxify your body. Fast to at least give your cells a chance to reset while we are being bombarded by these toxins right now. So at least give your body a fighting chance to battle what we're going to face over the cooler months, over the colder months, over the winter. At least give your body a fighting chance, because the more toxins you ingest over the summer, you know, the more illness or dis-ease that your body is going to express during the winter when we can't get outside. We can't get any sun. So now that they've successfully blocked out the sun, because I feel like it should be hotter than what it is right now, but that haze is so thick the sun can't get through it. I'm like, wow, they didn't figure out a way to block the sun. So now when you think about the fact that some of those chemicals came up missing from the train derailments, it's like, so it smells like burning plastic outside. Like, you got multiple people saying it smells like burning plastic. Like, are they actually burning those chemicals that was from the trains, you know, along with the wildfires? You know, could be. Could be. Just a thought I had. So I had been intermittent fasting from the past few days. And yeah, I just so happened to see everybody posting about I can't breathe. And man, that was nothing but the Holy Spirit that just kind of poured out. I was up all night looking up all that stuff and all these numbers that were just connecting, all these synchronicities just kind of popping out to me that couldn't have been nothing but the Holy Spirit at that point. Because I most likely because I was fasting, but typically that happens when I fast. Like, just like, man, I had to do a stream and get this out. I honestly didn't plan on doing anything until I did a 1,000 subscriber celebration stream. So thank you all for being subscribed. Finally reached 1,000. So, and then once that happened, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going on. I have to show people, you know, what I'm thinking. I have to show people what I found. So y'all tell me what y'all think about all of that, because yeah, there's plenty of number 11s around it. There were definitely enough to do a live stream on it, to do a video. How long you fasting? I don't know. You know, honestly, I want to go into next week. It's just intermittent though. I'm trying to go like, 15, 16 hours, without eating, and then I'll eat, later on in the evening, and have my last meal maybe be like 8:30 at night, and then don't eat again till the next day, maybe 3, 4 o'clock. Something like that is what I've been doing, and just drinking a lot of herbal tea and a lot of lemon and lime infused water. So by this time next week, it's my goal to be able to go 24 hours. So, because I'm not the best at fasting, so I'm trying to build a muscle and learn how to do it. So I kind of feel like at this point we should really be, trying to detox, because we're getting bombarded with these chemicals, and we're facing a winter of sickness. I feel like. Hoot how holler. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Sean, haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Did you mention that horrible Her song before I hopped in the stream? I remember getting a strike for that one. Yes, I mentioned that trash. Yes, I definitely did. Yep. Don't stress yourself too much. We're all nutrient deprived these days too. Don't want to do more harm than good either. Oh, absolutely. I feel that. Thank you for sharing. I don't watch TV either, but I grew up in Denver and still watch South Park online from time to time. Keep up on the protective programming. Yeah, it's not gonna stop. It's just not gonna stop. So, yep. So I don't think I had anything else. Did I have anything in my notable mentions? I think I went through everything. I had to keep all my thoughts together, because I was kind of like all over the place. But I feel like I organized it in such a way that people would understand, that I just wasn't kind of rambling all over the place. I hope I did. So y'all tell me if I was. But thank y'all so much for being here, for standing by, for watching. I really appreciate it. So, we're not up against flesh and blood, but against principalities. And this stuff is definitely happening on a spiritual level. So I really appreciate everybody for taking the time out of their day to come and listen to what I have to say. And where the paranoia is most certainly uncool, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I am out of here. God bless you all. All right. Later, everybody.